Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the fastest growing, fastest rising post-professional wrestling show in all of sports entertainment. Welcome back to Ringside Conversations. I'm your host, Roddy of Critchman Media, and this is my 2026 Elimination Chamber prediction, specifically predicting who will win both the men's and the women's Elimination Chamber matches. I want to first start off with the women's. In the Women Elimination Chamber match, we have the following contestants: Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez. Now, I'll first want to start off by saying who I think is going to be essentially a nice focal point, and that is going to be Kiana James in terms of surprising everybody. I think she's going to have as well as a performance here as well as she did in the Royal Rumble. I came out here and said that she was the MVP of the Women's Royal Rumble match. Her performance was, in my opinion, it stuck out. It stuck out to everybody. And why not continue that momentum for her? However, I want to point out a couple things. You have two contestants that have a lot of history in this match, and that being Asuka and Rhea Ripley. Been back and forth competitors for the tag team championships. Also, Alexa's in this match. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of spots with Rhea specifically for the fact that a lot of these contestants are involved in the women's tag team division, which I just realized. I think this is the first women's Elimination Chamber match where majority or at least half of the contestants are in the women's tag team division, which is pretty cool to say. Now, in terms of the winner, I personally think this is a no-brainer. I think Tiffany Stratton is going to go into WrestleMania for the second straight year as the challenger for the championship. The biggest reason why I choose Tiffany Stratton is mainly because, well, obviously, Stephanie Vaquero is going to be busy with Liv Morgan. So Jade Cargill, who really hasn't been active at all, I think she's only had one title defense at the making of this video since she's become champion. And with that being said, she got the champion off of Tiffany Stratton in the first place. So with Tiffany now back and healthy, I don't see any reason why WWE doesn't want to run that back and give Tiffany Stratton the championship back. Triple H seems to love Tiffany Stratton a lot. And it seems like since she's been back, she's gotten a lot of momentum. The fans love Tiffy time. So I don't see why not give her the title back. And I mean, by all means, any one of these women would be a tremendous challenger anyway. Any one of these would work. However, Tiffany Stratton makes the most sense, in my opinion, with the history of her and Jade Cargill. And I just think it's time I think the Jade Cargill experiment is not working in terms of her being a heel champion. Although her being a heel is way better than her being babyface. It's just not working. It's just not working. So I want to now move on post prediction of Tiffany Stratton to talk about the men's Elimination Chamber match, who the contestants are the following: Randy Orton, L.A. Knight, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, the young OG himself, Javon Evans, Mr. Whoop That Trick Williams, and main event Jey Uso. Now this, unfortunately, I think is the most predictable. However, I hope they have a good match nonetheless. I think we can all, as wrestling fans, agree that Cody Rhodes is going to come out on top of this chamber match and go into WrestleMania to face Drew McIntyre. Now, there's a lot of directions we can go here in terms of who does win. Cody Rhodes is my for sure lock-in answer. Just how I lock in Tiffany Stratton, I'm locking in Cody Rhodes. And I don't think that's like an unpopular opinion, obviously. Cody Rhodes just seems like the guy on SmackDown because however, I truly hope that this is going to be a new direction for the American Nightmare character. The reason I say that, I think this is a perfect opportunity to allow Cody Rhodes to either turn heel or just do something different. I think wrestling fans in general are bored of the American Nightmare. Although it does work, it's also just super saturated in terms of we've seen him do this for quite a few years now. It's different from guys like John Cena, who's done this decades, and even he got an opportunity to turn heel that nobody expected. So why not do the same thing with Cody? If you watch WWE Unreal, Cody Rhodes is supposed to be the initial idea to turn heel before John Cena anyway. So I don't see why that idea gets delayed any further with Cody Rhodes. So why not do this? In terms of the chamber match itself, I think there's going to be a very fun chamber match. You have the young OG, Javon Evans and Trick Williams in it. And I think that's just going to be, that's going to have the crowd, those two people are going to have the crowd heavily involved. I can only imagine the kind of spots that Javon Evans is going to put on in this type of match. I can see him doing crazy stuff off of Chamber Pod. He might pull Lamontez forward and climb all the way to the top and just do something crazy. Mr. Whoop That Trick Williams could do a lot in terms of just being just aura. Like Trick Williams is nothing but aura, okay? And you never know, he might stop a mud hole with his lemon pepper steppers. I think it will come down, though, to either Cody and Randy or Cody and Jey Uso in terms of being the final two. Because I feel like Cody and Randy, which I hope happens, is a seed planted that we have yet to see grow with the Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton going head to head with the championship. And I do not see why not have these seeds be planted deeper for it to root and go ahead and water up the seed. You know what I'm saying? Let it marinate in the soil and grow to a beautiful specimen of a heel Cody versus a babyface Randy. Because I don't see Randy turning heel anytime soon anymore. Especially with him being this late in his career now. I feel like he had opportunities to turn heel and he would have already done it. And he's had opportunities to turn heel. So that being said, I have Tiffany Stratton, Cody Rhodes as my Elimination Chamber winners. Now, in terms of what both competitors can do post Elimination Chamber, I think Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton have an opportunity to do as well of a job as it was last year between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, where Tiffany got super personal, talking about her past divorces. She can probably really rub Jade Cargill the wrong way in terms of lack of title defenses, not doing anything with the title, having, I don't know, Michin and B-Fab of all people backstage harassing her, you know? So you could go that route on top of the fact that the match itself, I just hope is a better match than last time. Not to say that the first time they faced off was a terrible match, but now that Tiffany's healthy, I just don't see any reason why we can't just have like a banger match. And for whatever reason that WWE has been carrying like this protection on Jade Cargill, I want to see Jade Cargill unleash a side of her that we have yet to see in terms of just in ring. She's capable of putting on matches. We've seen it happen before, albeit she's had people like Bianca Belair in her corner for it. I have faith that we can book and plan and strategize for a banger match for this for WrestleMania. In terms of Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, I don't even know if we're going to get this if Cody wins, meaning we might mess around and get Jacob Fatu in the mix. This could be a triple threat at WrestleMania, and I could see that happening just with the involvement so much of Jacob Fatu. And if that is the case, then fine. It'll bring a different element to it, and it wouldn't be considered a waste of time considering Jacob Fatu was the reason that Cody is no longer champion to begin with. So in that case, it does make sense. And sure, it's something different because we've seen so many different ways that Cody has beaten Drew, and then we take it to the 3 stages of hell match, and it's like at that point, like what can you do when you've already gone to hell, right? I mean, I guess you could do a triple threat match in Hell in a Cell for the title, which I guess will be fire. But at the same time, it's just like it has to be something different. It has to be something unique, and it has to feel important. Because I think WWE, and maybe this can be for a different video, this is the first WrestleMania we've had in quite a few years where it just felt like they've really been lacking momentum going into WrestleMania. And, you know, it could be a TKO thing. It could be, you know, I mean, we've all seen like the reports of the ticket pricings and stuff like that. You know, I have faith that they can put on a good show for us. At the same time, though, like WrestleMania 39, banger. WrestleMania 40, banger. WrestleMania 41 had the potential to be a banger. It's kind of like, you know, it was okay. Opposite with the WrestleMania main event with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. So if you could do a better job than that, then we're heading in the right direction. I just need the main event of night 2, which will more than likely be CM Punk and Roman Reigns, just eclipse John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Because I think we can all agree, even like my John Cena standees here, that match was not good. I understand, everything being well planned out as far as like a change of his moveset and all that stuff. You can plan anything you want. You can, come up with whatever. But I think they both, even John Cena said himself in that SummerSlam match, that he wanted to make up for that Mania match. So very short video for you guys. That's essentially all I have for y'all in terms of my predictions of what I believe they could do with this. If you guys are fans of sports, whether it be pro football, pro basketball, even combat sports like boxing and professional wrestling, please make sure to check out Creshman Media on all social media platforms. I am Roddy of Ringside Conversations, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.